Amount of times I've nearly quit. You won't let me. I've handed my notice in, and I've rang up, I've tried to phone in sick, everything.
Fired you a few times.
We literally stayed here at one point all day and all night before we opened. And I remember at one point I was sat on the floor like laughing, crying because it just got ridiculous, making chocolate balloons and stuff like that, and things just exploding on us in the kitchen, and we just got to the point of no sleep for 2 days, and it was quite entertaining. But you know,
so things weren't what they seemed.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
We did go down the rabbit hole
a couple of times. Yeah.
We don't have the glitz and glam. We don't have the walnut floors and the brass bars and all that sort of thing. Whereas in a lot of big restaurants, it's often so busy, so much bustle. Sitting there with the menu thinking, I don't know what any of this is. I don't know where I am. I feel like a fish out of water. I'll just have the salad, you know. And that, I think, is people's image of this style of dining.
I'd say the difference between where we are now and where we were when we first opened is we've really sort of nailed down where we want to go with our food and what we'd like to try. And
even writing menus now. They sort of write themselves because we go, oh, I've been thinking about doing this week. Keep the food at the level, but bring everything down to sort of accessible, sort of just casual dining really. So it's got to be edible, drinkable and enjoyable, you know, and it's not to be for show or to just to taste or to try. It's got to be part of the evening. So it's a lot of, I suppose really a lot of elements to think about.
You've got to focus on everything. It's about the music, the lighting, everything really that we try and build so people have a really good experience. It's a different style of cooking year round and month to month, and so we wanted to follow that. When you've got really good ingredients, you kind of want them to speak for themselves really. If you're eating a carrot, it should taste like a carrot. It shouldn't taste like 10 different things that you've had to dust it in. Yeah, it's about having a good relationship with suppliers, and they'll tell you when they've got something in. Maybe something from Porcus where they've got some really good charcuterie that they really want us to try, and we go, great, that's fantastic, we'll make a dish with that.
The demographic of who buys our product is so varied because it's about if you care enough. Once it was the norm. This is how it would have been done, but of course, like everything, the big money guys jump on it and find a way to make it cheap as possible. And sadly, the only thing that suffers is the animal.
Consumers are becoming more mindful of that as well. And when they're saying, this pork's amazing, where it's from, I like pointing out the window and say, that hill over there.
Yeah, they're eating it at the White Rabbit, and that's brilliant, and it's a wonderful place, and they're having a great night. But at the same time, they're also keeping a little farm going here and a little farm going there, and that feels good. It feels good.
To be honest, it was a bit almost a snap decision. This place had come up to rent. Robin mentioned that, I've always fancied that place as a bit of a restaurant, so my sort of typical style, I said, right, let's go do it. I got all our booze on a 30-day account and stuff like that, so we ordered the stuff and we said, right, well, we've got 30 days to pay for this, so we need to,
get it going.
Which pushes you to make it, it pushes you, when you open a business, and you have to survive, like it pushes you 100% to do it. Like there's no fallback, there's no plan B. Like we started selling out the tasting night once a month fairly regularly, and then we did it 2 nights a month. That really overtook the a la carte. More and more people wanted it. The first month we did it was absolutely terrifying. It was like we were opening the restaurant again. I remember saying to Robin, I feel as nervous doing this as when we opened the restaurant. We actually, that month, I think it was in June when we did it, and we actually had our busiest month since we were open.
The more interested we are, the better the food's always going to be, because there's nothing worse than a bored chef or anybody who's bored with the trade, because you don't put that heart and soul in it. And we do get to work together.
Yeah, which is nice. We're just excited about food really, so any kind of food that ever comes, we come across, we'll try it, we'll see what it's all about. Sometimes pushing people to have something that they wouldn't necessarily order from an a la carte menu, so something a little bit different. Food's emotive to me, we like to evoke emotions, so if you can make someone excited or intrigued. We've got to be on top of our game, you know, 100% of the time. There's no off days. There's no, oh, I didn't enjoy that, or, you know, you've got to be, you know, every single time. You've got to make sure every single person who comes through the door has a good experience.
We do get customers that come in every month and return every month because they want to try something different.
Get a count the other day and we've done over 50 menus now since we opened. It's hard to say goodbye to a dish at the end of the month.
That's it, it's done now, so God knows what will be next. We'll try and find something interesting, but I think coming
forward... We won't just try.
Oh.
We'll have something interesting.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right. I don't know, we'll try and do something good. No, it will be good, honestly.
We'll see.
You're watching this, it's going to be good.